Hi children, how are you? Welcome to Anshu's library. Today's topic is about microorganisms, friend and foe. So this is part 2. In last class, I already discussed about what are the uses of microorganisms. So in this class, I am going to discuss about harmful microorganisms. So this is one of the important topic in biology, chapter 2, and this is class 8. And let's start the class. Harmful microorganisms. So microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms causes diseases in human beings, plants and animals. So I already discussed about this. Some microorganisms are very useful to human beings. Some other microorganisms which causes different type of diseases in human, not only in human, which also affect plants and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Very important, pathogens means disease causing microorganisms. Some microorganisms spoil food, some other damage clothing and leather. And then these pathogens once enter into our body through the air we breathe or the water we drink or the food we eat, which causes different type of diseases in our body, not only in human body, in plants or in animals. And microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable disease. So what is meant by a communicable disease? The microorganism is spread from healthy person, is spread from infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or by physical contact are called communicable disease. Examples of these diseases are cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis. These are all communicable diseases. And then there are some insects and animals which act as carriers of diseases causing microbes. That means some organisms, some insects and some animals which carries disease causing microorganisms from one person to other person or from plants or also infect the plants or also infect the animals. So it is advisable to always keep food covered. So avoid consuming uncovered items of food. It means children, just remember, we should always take the covered food items. We should not consume uncovered items of food. Another example of carrier is the female anaphylaxis mosquito. Very important, female anaphylaxis mosquito which causes malaria, which carries the parasite of malaria, that is Plasmodium vivax. We know that. And female Aedes mosquito act as a carrier of dengue virus. Very important, dengue virus is the what is the carrier? Female Aedes mosquito. And for malaria, a female Anopheles mosquito. And then how can we control the spread of malaria or dengue? All mosquitoes breed in water. Hence, one should not let water collect anywhere in coolers, tides, flower pots, etc. So, we should always keep our surroundings very dry and clean. We should not allow the water in flower pots, tides, or coolers, or in any other vessels. We should always keep dry in our surroundings so we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. And these are some of the diseases and causing organisms. And what are the prevention measures? The first disease is tuberculosis. Causative microorganism is bacteria. Tuberculosis is caused by a bacteria and it is mode of transmission is air. And what are the prevention measures? Keep the patient in complete isolation. So complete isolation, so this is one of the preventive measures. And keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. So keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. It means the healthy person. And we should avoid the contact of personal belongings of the person who is affected with tuberculosis. And vaccination to be given at suitable age. So this is one of the preventive measure. And coming to the next disease, that is measles, caused by virus. And the transmission mode is air. And the same prevention measures which are followed by tuberculosis, the same for measles also. Keep the patient in complete isolation. Keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the healthy person. vaccination to be given at suitable age. And coming to the next one, that is chickenpox caused by virus, and the transmission mode is air, and the same prevention measures which are followed for tuberculosis and measles, the same for chickenpox also, that is keep the patient in complete isolation, and means it means we cannot contact with the person who is affected with the disease tuberculosis or measles or chickenpox, and keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. Vaccination given at the suitable age, and same prevention measures for polio, and we know that polio is caused by a virus and the mode of transmission is air. And coming to the next one, cholera and typhoid. Cholera and typhoid, both diseases were caused by bacteria, and the mode of transmission is by either by water or by food. So, what are the preventive measures? Maintain personal hygiene. First of all, we should maintain personal hygiene conditions and good sanitary habits. It means we should only take the covered food items. So, we should maintain a personal hygiene and consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water, and vaccination. These are some of the prevention measures. And the next disease is hepatitis A. So hepatitis A is caused by virus, and the transmission mode is water. So what are the preventive measures? Drink boiled water, drinking water, and vaccination. These are some of the prevention measures. And the next disease is malaria. We know that is caused to microorganism is protozoa, and mode of transmission is mosquito. So, and what are the preventive measures? Use mosquito nets and repellents, and spray insecticides and control breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. It means we should maintain dryness in our surroundings. So these are some of the diseases and causative organisms and mode of transmissions and preventive measures. And then disease causing microorganisms in animals. Several microorganisms not only affect humans but also affect plants and animals also. First of all, just look at what are the microorganisms affect the animals. For example, anthrax. Anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease. So anthrax disease is one of the dangerous disease in human and also cattle also. So it is caused by a bacterium, and also another disease, that is foot and mouth disease of cattle, is caused by a virus. And Robert Koch in the year 1876 discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis, which causes anthrax disease. So this is one of the important disease. Just remember, Robert Koch in the year 1876 discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis, which causes anthrax disease in human and cattle. And coming to the plants, disease causing microorganisms in plants. Several microorganisms causes diseases in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and others, and other plants. These are all affected by different type of microorganisms. So it resulting reduce the yield of crops. So just look at some diseases. First disease, citrus canker. Very important disease, citrus canker is caused by a bacteria, and mode of transmission is air. And the next one is the plant disease, rust of wheat, and caused by fungi, and its mode of transmission is through air, through seeds. And the next one is yellow vein mosaic of bendi. Bendi means okra. So it's caused by organism virus, and mode of transmission is insects. These were few diseases, plant diseases. And coming to the food poisoning. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms. So food poisoning means, so the food is the uncovered food is contaminated by some microorganisms. So these microorganisms sometimes produce toxic substances in food. So it result the poisoning of food. So it causes different type of problems in human body. Those are diarrhea, vomitings, and sometimes serious illness and even death also resulted. So that is food poisoning. Microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances. This make the food poisonous, causing serious illness and even death also. So that is about food poisoning. So these are harmful microorganisms. Thank you. I hope you understand this class. If you want to see more videos in my channel, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.